figured that, hello, by the way, hello. Good evening if you're joining from Europe. Good morning, good day if you're joining from somewhere west of here and beyond. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that the sound, I'm just adjusting the sound levels as I go along, trying to make sure that everything's hitting at the right volumes. Let me know if it's too high, too low, if you want the music louder, if the music, yeah, whatever, just give me a chat. Welcome to people who've watched these streams before, and if you haven't watched them before, then it's gonna be super chill. I'm gonna go pretty slow, so that hopefully someone might be able to follow along. The stream will be recorded and then saved, and it will be available in the future if you want to go back and do the stuff at the same time. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm Harriet Davey, aka Harriet.blend, and I make avatars in Blender and Daz, and yeah, I'm a freelance artist. And I've been doing recently a lot of this face motion capture, and a lot of people have been asking me how I've been doing it. So instead of having to answer these questions each time, I thought I would be able to do a stream and just show you, because it's a bit easier to do it that way. I didn't manage to work out how to stream my phone screen, so you're just gonna have to believe me. Am I from Dublin? No, I'm from Yorkshire, but I don't particularly have the accent. And I think living in Germany, when I'm around German people or like non-native English speakers now for a few years, my English accent kind of comes and goes a bit weirdly. So no, I've never been to Ireland actually, which is quite sad. So I'm doing a bit of intro about like face motion capture. So in the old days, you would have seen maybe the first Avatar movie where they had these big rigs with cameras set up on their face and they had like dots all over the face. You can still do motion capture in this way if you don't have like a new iPhone. You can actually track these kind of points in Blender. It's pretty difficult, but there's tutorials from Default Cube on YouTube about how to kind of track things and attach them to your face, which is really interesting. I've done that in the past, but it was a bit long. I'll be honest with you. So I am using a program called Facecap, and I'm just gonna quickly record something on here and then I'll show you to the camera. So I'm just speaking. It's using like the same technology. So any iPhone that has the face unlock instead of the fingerprint unlock would be able to have this installed on it. I think it costs about £60. There is a free version, but you only get 3 seconds of face capture. I'm happy to send the file that I get from this, and I can put it on a drive, and then I can make it available for anyone watching this. So you don't need to install it or anything. And basically, we get a feed. Turn this off so you can see a bit better. Yeah. This is the data that I just captured when speaking. It's a bit crazy. This face is kind of wild. You can also do it live with Unreal Engine with the same, not the same app, but there's a live link, Unreal Engine. Let's see if I can show. Okay, I can't. This is really, I should have worked out how to connect the phone, but I didn't. Yeah, so you can do this live in Unreal Engine. I'm yet to try that, but that's probably going to be the next step in progress, is like being able to do motion capture live. Like the dream for me is to have a full suit and to do like full body motion capture. I've only been able to do like really good face motion capture so far, so one day, hopefully in the near future, I'll get my hands on a suit. Or AI motion capture will be as advanced as it needs it to be, hopefully soon. Okay, I think we've got enough people now, so we can start. I'm sure people will still continue to trickle in and out. It's chill, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead. I've got this character here already in a pose, because what we're gonna do is we're just animating the face, nothing else. So there'll be a bit of head rotation, but most of the emotion that I enjoy to make like comes from the eyes a lot. So I'm gonna do a really embarrassing, get to watch me do it live, I guess, and I have to not get self-conscious. But I'm thinking a kind of like slow look up, head, and maybe like some long blinks. I'll take my glasses off so the data is better. I just need to like calibrate it a bit. So I'm just checking now that everything's moving, everything. Yeah, I mean the default for me is normally pretty good. Music level too high. Okay. I'll turn it down. And I'll just turn my voice up. Hopefully this is better. Like this. 1 2 1 2 testing 1 2. This is the volume that I'm speaking at on the microphone, so hopefully it's not too loud now. It's not clipping. All right. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do a kind of head motion like this. I don't know how many seconds, because I think it's gonna be a pretty short one. I don't want a super long animation because I'd love to be able to have it render within an hour or two. We'll see. I'm not going to render it on stream because it's going to be animated. Like, I probably don't have time to wait for that. So I'm gonna this feels super weird doing it, because it's also really funny doing it like alone in my room anyway. Alright, try to put the camera here. I think we'll do it here. Oh, wait. Okay. This is the preview that we get from it, with our little bald egg head. I like the kind of squinting eyes. I think it looks okay. I'm just gonna double check it and watch it through, that I'm happy with all of the motion, and maybe we'll crop the beginning. It looks dangerous, which I think is kind of the vibe I'm going for. Yeah, I'm gonna export this. File name. Let's call it stream capture. Maybe also at some point I'll be able to do a live stream and have not even have to see my face. You can see the avatar at the same time. So the Daz plugin is not free. I'm gonna get the webpage up for the Daz plugin, but there are ways to get Daz plugins and add-ons and things for free. You can message me and we can talk through it. I think I got it when it was on sale, or maybe I even Genesis 8. So the Genesis 8 one right now is $100. It's $99.95. I'm gonna drop the link just so you can see it. And for on the iPhone, it's Facecap. Yeah, there's a lot of VTubers who have got it set up, and I think they're using Unreal Engine, of which the phone one is free, and then Unreal Engine is also free. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can probably get Face Mojo. I'm gonna check if it's on. Let me see. Face. It's not on the free website that I know about for the Daz plugins. Yeah, I mean, I needed it for a client for a job, and so I ended up having it as an expense for a job, and that's how I bought it. the first time. So if you do have a client and you want to try out face motion capture, you can always offer it and then just end up purchasing it for the job. Yeah, freelancer perks, I guess. Okay, I'm going to email myself. I still don't know the best way to move files from my phone to my computer, like an iPhone to a PC. There's no good way. The Android alternative is Face Mocap. Yeah, I'm not sure how well an Android... It probably works quite well. And I know the thing is, there's hundreds of these things. You can have like ones that live link up to Blender even, actually. You can also like have... There's apps that track... Where you can use your phone as a camera in Blender as well, which is on my list of things to try out as well. Face capture, stream capture. Okay, bear with me. I've just got to email it to myself, and the file is decently big. Anyway, not gonna show my emails. Pretty messy. Did it send? Yes. I think it's a bit slow with the stream running at the same time, but that's okay. Yeah, and then for the Unreal one, the one that I know is the live link face for Unreal Engine. This one looks really promising, actually. Okay, so the file that we got from Facecap is we got an object file, and then there was also a sound file, but you know, we don't need the sound from it. So it's useful if you're wanting to record like a voiceover or something, then you can match the sound later on pretty easily. You could record at the same time and then use, because there's no way to do like a snap or something in the same way that you would if you were recording like visuals. Okay, so stream capture. Take one, so it's going to give us this options for importing. Let's import that. And now here, this is the imported motion data. So nothing's happening. It automatically works out the number of frames. I'm gonna set the frame rate. Maybe we'll keep it at 30. You know, I normally render animations at 25, but I'm kind of feeling like 30 could be... Why not? Why not? Let's do 30. It's a bit unstandard. And then we gotta find Face Mojo. It's always a bit of a struggle to find. My files in Daz are a bit of a mess. Okay, Face Mojo. So once we've got the script located, sorry, I'm just gonna change. The music's got a bit intense. Let's skip to the next one. There we go. Like battle music. Alright, so we select this GRP scale, and then we select the character, and then all you have to do is hit bake, and it's going to give us these options here. So head rotation, smoothing factor, automatically it's on 5. For the, maybe sometimes it's on 4 when I've seen it. I always turn it up a little bit for the head rotation, because then you don't get really like jerky head movements. And face morph smoothing, I'm just going to turn it up. You might lose a bit of like accuracy or a bit of the data, but just turning it up gives a kind of smoother, more ethereal sort of look. It's pretty fast to load, so it's actually not too much of a ball ache to unbake it and then like re-test it. But yeah, we can see that it's on the character. Immediately we've got so much more like characterization, and you'll notice that at the beginning the head drops a lot, and that's okay. I'm okay with the head. So if we think realistically, the animation starts here, so frame 9, as the actual start. There's some weird numbers going on here. That's fine, I'm sure. And what we can do is we can animate on top of this. So if I just click the head, and I'm gonna just place it here, and then I think I want the head looking up. Just slightly, because I'm thinking about framing. I don't want the camera... I think I want the camera kind of somewhere around here is where we're gonna go for the framing. So I'm gonna kind of bring the head slightly across. Maybe we'll rotate the neck a bit. You can grab the segments. I really enjoy animating in Daz, sometimes more than in Blender, because I hate moving things between Daz and Blender, like files. It's a ball ache. It's super annoying. Hang on, just I lost a page on here. Okay. I'm just going to double check that this animation was alright. That nothing's too kind of jerky. Yeah. Cool. I mean, simple, you know? I like that. It's that easy. Okay. As I just mentioned, I hate moving between Daz and Blender, and literally the only way I've found it to work is by using Alembic files. So, to get it ready for Alembic, I am going to make sure there's no subdivision. We've got like the base mesh. This will make it a lot faster. We just subdivide it when we go back into Blender. I'm not going to use these textures. I have some textures from another project from where I painted it in Substance. That's fine. You know, we'll link all the textures in Blender. So this Alembic exporter is like a third-party one. It's not one from Daz. I'm going to find the webpage for it and link it. And it's like Daz Alembic. I think it's called Sargon exporter. And honestly, it saved my life. Every time I've had to have like really complicated files, and like you try a collada file and it brings some of the data but not all of it, and then you try the FBX and the arms are like, yeah, I hate it. I hate it. This is, trust me, this is the best way. And like even with the Daz Blender bridge, I found that one is like super slow and pretty glitchy. So I'm just going to type the name as well for anyone later to access Sargon Alembic exporter. And you have to manually install it in your scripts. But you just download it. You've got to find the right folder. And once you've done that, it won't be in the exports. You go edit and then Alembic exporter. You come up with these. I'm going to click current subdivision level. Write textures, even though we're not keeping the textures, we still have to write them so it knows that the face is the face, etc. Otherwise it would just be one material. And then the final frame is 391. Start frame, we can start at 9. And I'm just gonna... Where should I save it? I'll just save it in Daz files, I guess. Yeah, I can go here. Alright. And now it's just gonna go through each frame, blop, 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 blop. The first time I did this, it took maybe 3 hours to export because I didn't understand. I didn't like know about reducing the subdivisions, and it was exporting with all the subdivisions. So, yeah, definitely keep it to the base level. Like, it's fine. I've never had a problem with subdividing in Blender afterwards. Use a diffeomorphic script. I don't even know if I know about this one. Is this the bridge or not? Because also with the bridge, I'm not really a fan of the lighting and the materials that it brings across. I just end up building my own again, which is maybe a bit of a long way around, but yeah. You get to see it, I guess. It's taking a little while. Maybe because I put clothes on it. Could have been the problem. But whilst it's going, I can get the Blender. Oh, this is not the Blender file that I want. I get a Blender file going whilst we wait for it. Actually, I'm going to be super sneaky and I'm going to open an old file and I'm just going to relink the character textures from that one. Super sneaky. Because I use the same textures that I want to use with this character, and all I gotta do is copy it. I know, I'm not, I still don't know, understand. I'm still really behind on working out how to use the Blender, what is the word? You know, the folders where you can access previous projects really easily. I still don't understand how it works. So I'm still like copying objects across and then just using the textures and things from it. Yeah. It's fine, it works. How's it going? Okay, we're halfway through. The link again for the script is this one, send it in the chat. Sargon Alembic Exporter. If you can't get it from the drive link, here you go. It's giving me a prompt to gift a sub. Wait, but I'm not gonna pay? What is this? I'm still so confused by Twitch. I kind of wish when I started the streaming that I just streamed to YouTube in the beginning, but we're here now. I was like, I'm a gamer, I'm gonna use Twitch, you know, maybe I'm gonna sometimes stream some video games, which I did once, and then I realized I hated it and I don't like playing games for people, but I'm happy to sit here and just chat about Blender. That one is never a problem for me, but gaming, yeah. I don't think streaming games is for me. Unless it was a kind of group activity. I wouldn't mind streaming, playing games with friends, but yeah, not on my own. I like to read everything, all of the like quest texts, and I don't know if people watching want to read them at the same time. Oh, okay, we're getting there. I might even cheat and... No, we'll build the lighting from scratch. I was going to copy across from an old file, but I'm going to show you the lighting setup that's been really, really working for me lately. Yeah, we'll build that one from scratch. But the caustic's bit... We'll see how much time we have, because this is actually going a bit faster than usual. Can you still use the same animation in Marvelous Design and also bring the garment into Blender as well? Yeah, I think so. With Marvelous, so I don't use Marvelous myself, but I work a lot with other people using Marvelous. And I normally would give them an Alembic file. It's just a really heavy file, that's the thing. I think what I would do is, if I was working with Marvelous, I'd make 2 versions. I would do one Daz like export with Alembic where there's no face motion capture, and then I'd do the exact same one with the face motion capture, and I'd send the one without face capture, I'd send it to Marvelous. Unless you're trying to simulate things around the head, then I think that would be probably the easiest way to do it, just in case it's too heavy. But it might not be. I mean, I'm not sure of like Marvelous's capabilities to kind of like play these heavy files. We'll see in Blender, it should just It plays almost at the right speed. Actually, we have 2 animations playing here. This one's playing also, and Daz is open. But one thing I also forgot, and obviously didn't mention, is that if you have objects hidden but not deleted, it also exports those. So because I had these boots hidden, they've exported. Well, I'm just going to delete them. I actually didn't want the boots. And we have a lot of clipping through the legs, but I don't think anyone's going to notice. You know, like to a certain extent, this would really bother me, and then I would go back in and sculpt it. But I reckon we can get away with some angles that it won't matter. And we can just throw back in a subdivision, and we get everything up to, yeah, it will look. You'll notice that it looks really strange with the first subdivision, but once you've done 3, normally it works. Normally with 3, it's kind of unnoticeable. Maybe we need 4. Yeah, I mean, there's some quirks. There's some quirks. I'm just gonna keep it on 0 for now. And let's check if I'm just gonna use. I'm just checking that and there's a face and the eyes. I think I should be able to just link these, because oh, wait, we got them already automatically, accidentally. How did that happen? I guess I somehow ended up named the same thing. Blender kind of fucked up. You know, it's a bit glitchy, that's fine. So what I do when we need the legs. Let's do the legs. I always like to set up my file this way when I'm playing with the textures. Here, you find that folder. The leg one is this one. And I'm just going to copy. I'm going to zoom this in close. This is for most of my characters. This is all I do for the skin materials. Super simple. I'm lazy, but not lazy, you know, just smart. Instead of going to find a separate bump map, like with the Daz characters, when you find all of the textures with the characters, they do come with like a separate bump map, separate like normal map, separate subsurface like scattering. If you want realism, that's great. You can go find those maps. They're hidden deep. They don't automatically export, but they are there. Instead, we can just cheat and we run the default base texture, and it runs straight into the base color. This is just because I'm changing the hue and saturation. It runs straight into subsurface color and into the bump, and then we've got a bump into the normal, and you get like super nice textures. In my opinion, it doesn't need anything else. Yeah, so I'm just gonna copy this setup across into the legs instead of, so I don't have to do all of those settings again. The color into the color, the color into the height. Oh my god, naughty, yellow into going into grey, but you know, it looks great. It looks great. We've got some problem with the subsurface. That's fine. You know, we hide it with the composition. If I was doing a 360, it'd be a different matter, but I'm not. So the lips, I always just assign the lips to be the face material. If you wanted to have a different gloss on the lips, then maybe we'll go for a different gloss on the lips. All right, let's keep it lips. Let's bring the specular up, super shiny. Wait, which one was this one? Yeah, this is the lips. And shiny, bring the roughness. Yeah, but as soon as you start playing with it, you always get this edge, so I would always keep... I'm going back on my word, I'm keeping it as the face texture, just because then we have like seamless, completely texture transfer. The ears are always on the same like UDIM as the face, so we can give the ears the face. Hang on a second. There we go. Yep, this is working. And then where's our torso? We've got a bit of an edge here. I'm not entirely sure why. Do we have different settings? No, I mean there's just an edge. It's probably from when I painted it in Substance Painter and it's tripping a bit from that. But that's fine. It's only really obvious when I'm zooming in and out. When it's figuring it out, it's actually totally fine. I'm also going to get rid of this one. It's going to speed everything up a little bit. Here's our like wet t-shirt that hopefully when I subdivide it doesn't look horrific. Okay, cute. But this one, I might just even do like a glass. Nah, we can do like a transmission. I think I would love to get a really kind of realistic wet t-shirt look, and I think it's gonna be high specular, low roughness. Yeah, something like this. Probably quite some subsurface. Wish there was a way to make bits more see-through easily. Like if it's closer to the skin, you know, we could also find some materials in my favorite online library. I don't know if they have any wet brown glass. If you don't have it already, Blender kit, incredible. Honestly, one of the best. I'm also going to link that. It used to come directly in Blender, and you would have to just like authorize it and make sure the plugin was like turned on. But I think now it doesn't. I think you have to install it manually, which is fine. It's pretty easy to just install it like any other. Animated rain ripples. This could be really fun. Ooh, that's crazy. It's like dropping on. I keep thinking there's a camera setup, but there isn't. Wow, that's mad. I don't know if that's what I want right now. I'm just gonna do a quick HDRI, so I've not got this ugly default one. What should we go for? I need to expand my HDR library. I've really just been using the same ones recently. Water condensation. Yeah, I mean it's... Maybe let's just go back to the material I had. To be honest. Wait, no, where's it gone? Oh, it was called like top. What was it called? Sleeves? That was the material. I wonder if anyone's done a wet cloth material in Blender. I'd love to try and spy and find someone's nodes. Like a silky... wonder if... Oh, this is just the... I keep forgetting that when I set up my file, I much prefer it when it stops denoising on like the first sample. I just need to resave this as my start file so I don't have to keep changing this every file. Yeah, this is a material to come back to, I think. I need some kind of gradient in the alpha. Oh yeah, or like even like a wave. Like a noise. No, it was better before. We'll keep it like this for now. And then they've got these panties, little panties. Subdivide them too. I don't really know what the point was of putting them on if I'm just going to make them see-through again. It really was. Alright, let's get some eyes in here. So for the cornea, I'm just gonna go max specular, no roughness, transmission all the way up, boom, eyes are see-through. And then you're just gonna give the sclera has no, we can give this one the same as the iris. The same material. And then the pupil, you can also give it to the iris, they will share the same texture map. There we go, easy, simple. The eyelashes are super see-through, that's okay. I'm just gonna, I want another, God, has anyone managed to work out effectively? Okay, someone knows why when I pull this up, do I not get another, I don't get this option here. It's like another 3D view. So therefore I have to like pull it up from here, and then I do get the option. Blender explain, it makes no sense. Alright, we'll set up a camera now. I also don't know why when I add a camera it's not automatically, like the first camera in a scene, it doesn't automatically select it as the active camera. It does my head in. But I just tried it today on my laptop and it does automatically, so I'm not entirely sure what's happening there either. Here's a little trick that I notice people don't seem to realize. If you are kind of struggling to see your composition and understand what's cut off and what's not, we can just hit here and then it will only show you the render region, so the area inside your camera. I literally did not know this for about 3 years. And it blew my mind. So I'm hoping, I'm really hoping, it blows someone else's mind today as well. I'm just gonna add. I think I'm gonna animate the camera to kind of come in as well. Yeah. It's not a very long timeline. Well, it's 30 seconds. No, it's 30. It's 10 seconds. Because I'm going for 30 FPS. There's something here. And where like, just kind of slowly rotate and bring it in. Maybe here. We'll see how it looks. The eye doesn't look right. The eye doesn't look shiny enough. What's going on? Let's make this one look funnier as well. It could just be because the lighting's not here. Let me add a I guess the character is super small if the light is this big. You can also turn up Passepartout to 100% in camera settings. That's how I been around. What? What is this? Pass. I don't even know what that means. Hang on a second. Let me just. Okay, yeah. I mean, we have reflection in the eye. That's fine. I'm not stressed. Am I about to have my mind blown, Juju? You mean I don't have to look at this ugly grey? What? What? Why does no one tell you this? I'm shook. And you could do it like the, you know, if you still wanted to like really see around and crazy. All right, crazy. Yeah, that's. Ah, love you. Thank you. Let's give it a little. Why is the camera here? Sometimes Blender confuse me. What did it here? I didn't think I accidentally did this. I can't quite see the keyframe. This one, delete this one. Okay. Something to think about. When you're zooming in, the camera takes a while to get going because of this curve motion. You can just set it to like linear interpolation, which probably would be better. Let's turn off all of the subdivision things. Brother, what is this camera doing? This keyframe is problematic. I think this is the problem one. Somewhere around here, I think, is where I really wanted it. I mean, there's lots of ways to animate the camera. I really like. There's a way that you can animate it as if you're walking through a video game, which is really fun. I'll show you how you do that. So, sorry. Let me just Let me duplicate it and delete all these keyframes. This is a really, really fun way of animating the camera. So we can go like this. I'm going to extend the timeline. It will make sense later. You'll see why, because it takes a while to get. We have to go view, navigation, navigation, walk navigation. And you have to hit play first, and then view, navigation, and then walk navigation. And then, okay, the mouse is like way too sensitive, but I've completely lost. You can see the gimbal moving as I'm moving the mouse. Oh, yeah, well, okay. That was a fail, but let's try again. Let's put this back on. I think the whole scene is like super small. This is the problem. When I imported it, it was like 10% scale, but that's fine. We'll put that keyframe there. Okay. Play, view, navigation, walk navigation. And then we can, if we scroll, it will slow it down. So you can like look up here and you can fly up and down with your like mouse keyboard inputs. And the animation is super crazy, and obviously it's like really, really jittery and horrible, but what you do is you go into the graph editor and you see all these keyframes. Hideous, hideous, horrific. You just go key and you go sample keyframes, and it's going to fill in all the gaps where you missed the keyframes, and then you go key and you go smooth keys, or Alt and O, and if you keep pressing it, it smooths out all those horrible bumps. And then I'm just going to keep pressing it, and then you press play and you get a really crazy, kind of natural but smooth animation. And it's a bit wild for, maybe it's not, yeah, it's a bit wild for what I wanted it for, but yeah, there you go. Now you know. I'm gonna go back to the other camera. And what frame were we finishing on before? Around here. Okay, right, proper lighting now. Actually, I'm going to sort the fingernails. For the fingernails, I'm going to just put the arm. Oh no, it's really bad. Sometimes it looks nice. Why are these fingernails purple? Wait, the arm. Oh. The arms don't have the right material. Sorry, this is super tiny. It's really difficult to see. Ooh. My fingernails look so dirty. We're just going to give them their own material. And actually for the arms, I need to turn down the subsurface. It's a bit much. Where's our fingernails gone? This one. Something like this. We can put some subsurface into it too. But nothing crazy. Like a bit of transmission and yeah, probably something like this. I mean, we only see them for a second. And then the toenails. I'm just gonna go for the fingernail material as well, except let's make them somewhere nearer this purple. Probably a bit lighter actually. Try and match the... I think it would be cute, you know, if it matches the bit of skin that it's near. Yeah, yeah. All right. We need some landscape actually. I'm gonna do everyone's favorite free landscape add-on. I'm thinking, do I want like things in the background? Maybe I'll just put so much fog that you can't even see anything. Maybe I'll put some plants. We've got time for plants actually. We've been going for an hour. I think, yeah, there's time for plants. Something like this. Yeah, I mean, this looks fine. Scale it up. Subdivision, so you can see what I'm doing. The cameras are huge. Scaling the camera does nothing. It literally is just for your own use in the viewport. And we can cheat and just hide most of the like that. Sometimes it's nice to tilt the landscape a little bit if you want like more. So if you think where you want the horizon to be, maybe there, and then we bring it up. It looks a bit more realistic. And then I'm just gonna go into sculpt mode and we make the ground fit the person instead of the person fitting in the ground. Because I think it's a bit easier. Turn the strip up. There's not that much control because it's not so like subdivided. You see, I can only bring it at this point and like this point. That's okay. Something like this. It doesn't have to be even super perfect. I can make some more kind of dimension here. Bring the bits up I want. Maybe some mountain in the back. Maybe bring this a little. No, that's too much. I think it's nicer if it's higher a bit on one side than the other. Something like that. Yeah, we've got some peaks kind of forming, and this is cute. This is let's bring all this up here. We don't even see it, but that's fine. I think the music is just about finished. Find some other thing else. Shadows here are not great. But you know, once there's some, I'll put some grass on there and no one can tell. I'm going to drop the strength of the HDR down to super low. And we're going to get rid of this point light. Let's add in a sun. Nice and directional. I like to bring, moving the sun doesn't do anything, but I like to bring it into view so I can kind of rotate it on the fly from the camera view. What kind of shadow I want. I really like this shadow. Let's make it slightly warmer. Oh, the sun's gonna be a bit warm. And then add in a background plane. Cute, that's looking cute. I'm going to move it away so we don't get any kind of interference with the light. I'll just make it massive, like that. And then for the sky, if you're using HDRI, sometimes the best thing, okay, I'll show you with a with a HD that has a sky in it. If you're using one with a sky, you can just make like a plane, and then you can just have it like reflecting the sky. Kind of cheating. I bet it can be nice to have this sort of like sunrisey feeling, maybe something like that. But I'm not maybe gonna even have a HDRI active. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. We'll see. Once I've done some more lighting and things, I'm gonna add a big old cube. Oops. Here, like huge. Just make it massive. And in the texture, we can get rid of this. There's gonna be no surface, and we're gonna add in a principled volume into the volume. This is how you make fog. The density is going to be crazy. You only want it like 0.1 or something. But with a sun lamp, I'm going to show you some fun little tricks and things that I've got going. So I bring like a pretty not so dense one near the character, and then I'm just going to duplicate it. The file's going to start to get a bit slow. Because volumes are a little bit horrible for your PC. I'm not gonna lie, it might scream at you, but that's okay. Okay, it's looking pretty muddy, but I'm gonna go from a previous file and I'm gonna steal some lighting setup. I need these planes. Where are my planes? Ah, they're huge, okay. And what they're going to do is they're going to cast fake caustic shadows. Let me hide. Let's do some organization. Planes, sun, where are the cubes? Cube. Let's hide the cubes. So what these, I mean, maybe we don't even need the cubes, to be honest, but I've got these like fake ocean, they were like an ocean modifier, and the setup for this fake caustic, I stole it from a tutorial that was for doing underwater lighting. So you've got a mix shader with a transparent BSDF. I'm going to leave it up like this for a few seconds so you can kind of see what's going on. They do have a color to them, which I'm just going to make white so they're not casting like any kind of colored shadow, because I was doing an underwater scene, so you know, it being underwater blue makes a bit more sense. And then it's this shadow light path. I'm not gonna lie, I don't fully understand what is going on there, but I think I might even, do I also have them, they're not visible to the camera basically, so the actual plane looks like this, you know, it looks like this fake water thing, but I hide them from the camera so that they're not actually interfering with anything. But you could have them as like a water surface basically. I'm going to bring them closer. and we get these lovely kind of dappled sunlight. The one that's on the character. I'm gonna just scale it down so we get some more defined. Let's bring it closer. Something like this, something like this. Just make this bigger one big, like that. You can get rid of this one and this one. And this one. And even though it's got this harsh edge to it, which one is it? It's this one. Even though it has that harsh edge, I don't think we'll even notice because we bring back the fog. The fog is really brown. Why is the fog so brown? Is it because the sun is? Oh, wait, I just realized this is on. I need to check if there's any keyframes that I've accidentally brought across. Delete the keyframes. Okay, so you can see that we're getting these like kind of god rays coming through. We want this stronger, so if we bring the sun up to like a 5. Yeah, we're kind of getting it. We're kind of getting it. I wish it was a lot stronger, more visible. Maybe. Maybe we're just gonna hide this plane for now. It's not quite. We're just going to go for some like purple fog. Alright, let's give the ground a material. Again, I'm going to go into Blender Kit, get some ground. It's not showing me all of the... should be options to... Right, let me log out and log in again. It's a bit glitchy. There should be more than 8 results. I'm just going to close it. It's normally the best way to deal with these glitches. Okay. Yeah, see now it's happy showing me everything. Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna put some like extra. I like a kind of wet ground anyway, and I'm gonna be putting flowers and things on it. I'm just gonna change the scale. want a lot more. It's super big. Just gonna open. This is also another trick. If you hit any object and then you press /, it brings you into the viewport of that object. Only with the lighting that you bring in, so if you need to see the lighting, you also have to like select the plane and say the sun, and then hit /, and it takes me to a nice... Oh, this looks pretty great actually. I'm into this. Mud roughness. I think the height is too much. Ooh, that's not good though. Yeah, something like this probably. Again, I'm not too exactly fussed with how it looks at this stage. If we're just chucking other stuff onto it. But yeah, it's looking pretty atmospheric, you know, we've got some interesting shadows going on here. Maybe the sun needs... I think I will animate the sun to kind of just slowly move across as we're zooming in. And that will add loads of... That will actually add a lot of atmosphere. So I'm going to put it above for now, and then when we're zoomed in, let's bring it across like this. Is this enough? Yeah, I think that's animated enough. What's that plugin for the ground? The plugin for the material or the plugin for making the landscape? Because they're two different things. The materials are Blender Kit. I think Blender Kit. So it's like a full material library. You need to install it, you know, in your preferences, and then go into add-ons, blah, 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 blah. Because it used to be integrated into Blender, but now it's not. You just need to go download it, and it's all free. I cannot recommend it enough. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move this keyframe here so we're zoomed out for a bit longer. Better than Quixel? I don't really use Quixel that much. I like it for kind of finding particular set pieces, but I find it sometimes a little bit limiting in terms of if they don't have what you need, then you're kind of like screwed, you know. I'm actually gonna start the camera here. Like with Quixel, yeah. I mean, you can then like assign your own materials and things for it, but I prefer to kind of just like sculpt my own bits and bobs and then throw in kind of random materials. And like sometimes I have bits of a... Oh, fuck. Oh, wait, no, it's fine. We're good. Bits of like a landscape that got completely the wrong like technical material, but it looks good. I'm gonna add some... We need some lights in the eyes. They look super yellow. So let's add a point light. Obviously it's way too strong. Bring the radius down. Even something like this might even be enough. I'm still not wild about something in the eye material. Normally I have the same setup. And I normally get really nice reflections with it. Maybe everything needs to be... Oh, it's probably because the point lamp is now such a tiny radius that the reflection from it... See, now we have a better... Okay. I've got to be careful with the radius. Yeah, okay, this is... Still too bright, but better. Better, I think. Than before? Maybe not. Maybe it's... maybe more dramatic is better. Actually... Oh, I can't decide. Okay, maybe that's it. Because we're gonna also... not always... Yeah. And now I'm actually also having second thoughts about the like hue of the body, because when I painted this, I think I actually painted it in blue. And we could have different... You know, I've had some purple renders recently. Maybe even just like... Yeah, it has to be bright. I'm gonna put 0.8 and 2. Let's put it into 0.8 to torso. I don't think I'm feeling it, unfortunately. But we'll see it zoomed out. It was better before. It was better all in purple. We'll keep it as it is. We'll keep it as it is, I think. Go back. Yeah, it's... Maybe the blue is nice. Guys, I can't decide. 0.53. Maybe it's just the eyes that I want to change. Because I have some eyes somewhere else. Oh, or, wait a second. Where was this? I just had a folder of textures. I also have this texture. And I could then make this one in purple, in blue. You see the dilemma? Oh. This is actually the texture that I did for a recent character, and we had that character in kind of like a pink. It was like this color. Oh, this is so difficult. No, I'm thinking of going back. It's like a similar paint, a similar texture to the other one. Wait, how many steps back? Yeah, I mean, I reused some kind of similar bits of the texture. Okay, I am gonna change the eyes though. I've got some somewhere else. Let me think where they are. Texture, maps. No, not this one. Not this one. Where would I have hidden those textures? Oh, got this. That one doesn't work, does it? I might even have to open an old file. I'm also opening an old file, trying to find out where I linked the texture from. Bear with me. So these ones are here, okay. Oh, okay. No! Oh, there's this glitch with Blender I've found sometimes when you're like importing files that have the same name, but I just have to like copy it into another folder. And I put it here, and I just have to wait. I have to rename it eyes, and then I have to link it. Okay, now it works. Yeah, we'll stick with these eyes. They've got like a weird... Oh. No. Yeah, they had like a weird hue to them, but now I think that's correct. Okay, we could add some hair. I think I could probably do hair pretty quickly. Race against... Was there anything else I said I was gonna do? I'm not sure. But I'll show you the super speedy way of doing hair that I've got. So, particle system, hair. We're gonna weight paint. Blah, blah, blah. Here, we want hair here. Yes, yes, yes. We don't get to see the back of the head, so I can probably get away with just doing... Maybe I'll do two different hair systems, like for a fringe. Because you know it's gonna be a mullet. What else is it gonna be? Also, every hair accidentally ends up as a mullet. So vertex group, density, weight painted group, and then we want the length. Kind of speed running doing hair. Something like this. Interpolated children, 10. I need to add a hair material, hair. And we want the principled hair, BSDF. Okay, render, material. Where's hair? Where's hair? Here's hair. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. It's way too thick. But that's fine. We're just going to go into hair shape. Root comes down. Super tiny. Like this. And then particle edit. We can just brush. Like this. Like a hairdresser. Try and not get it in the ears, but that's fine. We can always cut it later. I think I got the length almost perfectly right. And then the hair is not going to be this color. Probably going to be like a shiny. We can probably go like pink or something. A bit crazy. See how it looks with the... Oh, this looks cute, right? Already. Okay, it's a bit too pink. That's fine. Probably go for like this sort of thing. And maybe even... What does this do? I don't know. That's cute though. Let's go back onto let's bring the sun with us so we can see a bit more what I'm doing. These wiggly bits by the ear, I can probably sort them, but I just need to go like this and it's gonna make it smoother, and this is also gonna make it smoother. There we go. Children, we want some kink, we want some curl. Oh god, not like that. It's because it's really, really wrong scales with this file that I've completely messed up with. Something like this. The shape we can... I want it maybe like this. Want a bit of clumping. We're getting there, we're getting there. You know, you never want it too uniform. Let's clump it a bit more. So it's like kind of styled. And actually, I'm gonna add a gradient with a color ramp. And this is gonna be here. This one, I'm gonna make it like a dark pink. Ooh. And then this goes into this, and then we can map this, and it's kind of a bit difficult to see. If I make this black, maybe it's easier. Yeah, could do like a fun half and half like this, but I think I'd prefer to have it a bit more like the roots. Just got to work out the right rotation. There's a better way to do this. There's like a hair info. Is strand. No. Length. There. Oh, here we go. This was the one. So we want like dark roots. But then they're not actually going to be this dark. They're going to be like darker pink, something like this. Yeah, I mean that's cute, isn't it? And we've got some, we need more hair here, but apart from that, they're in a box. Apart from that, we're kind of looking cute. But I think I'm just gonna add a second group, and this is long hair. And then we're gonna add another one. Hair, long hair, and let's weight paint. I will do a hair stream, like a proper hair stream at some point, because I think it's something that I really struggled for and was really scared of doing for a long time. But now I've kind of worked out what works. I love it. Like, I've been really, really enjoying doing lots of hair. Something like that. Obviously there's way too long. So let's set the, oh my god, it's still way too long. Something like this. Interpolation. 10. We can clump it. Actually, maybe we won't clump this one so much. Long hair. No, not long hair. 5 strand steps. B-spline. 5 strand steps. Maybe we're gonna go actually longer. I'm gonna have like a super long. Super long. Okay, let's brush it down. Sometimes I think it looks like Gollum when I'm doing the grooming, because it's like the stringy, just kind of gross bits of hair that Gollum has. You know what I mean. Alright, it's not even that long. Gotta do something like this. We've got some crazy bits going on that we probably just want to cut. Oh! Oh my god, it's edgy! Wow. Wow. Maybe we're gonna make a second. Hair. 2. And then let's make this one hair 2. And actually we have, because it's, even though it's the same, I'm probably gonna go darker. I like that. I actually don't hate these long strands in front. But I am gonna cut these gross bits by. Yeah, I mean sometimes it's a bit annoying. Cut the length here because it's fun, but kind of getting in the face. I wish you could live see all of the hairs. Let's cut this length here. Maybe this is good. These little wisps don't bother me, actually. Okay. Let's check everything. I think the... Oh, the hairs look, the tip is the root. That's the problem. That's why it's not looking good. Aha! Aha! What do we think about this really over strand? I think if there was more of them, I'm gonna make them less smooth. That's gonna be the... Oh, this lighting is really nice. I don't know if I've gone too much with the... No, that's fine, we're good. I need to give the children some wave. Not crazy like this wave. We want like 0.002. Thing here. We can get bigger actually. Oh. Let me do the flatness on the other one. What does that do? Well, it got rid of those bits, which is maybe a good thing. But we can do some more wave. More wave, more wave. Maybe even more hair. Maybe even like 20 children. So it's just a bit thicker. Yeah, I think that's better. More clumped? Less clumped. Like, yeah, like a clump like this. And more wave. Ooh, that's cute, that's cute, that's cute. Okay. I get really excited. Oh, this is like a choice. No, I just need more of these waves. Like this, and then less amplitude. It's, you know, it's trial and error. Is that it? It's looking a bit like pre-Raphaelite or something. Okay, this is better, this is better. Yeah, this is cute. Okay. Now, what was the plants? Plants. I need to add plants. Okay, we've still got time. We've still got time. Is there a way to change the uniformity? There must be. Roughness. Ah. I'm not sure that's what I want. Exactly. No, it's frequency shape. Does this help? I don't think it even helps. Ah, well, I'm sure it's fine. I'm gonna just see how it looks in motion, because it might be a bit weird with the hair not moving. But hopefully it's okay. Like, with it not being simulated. Like, realistically, is it gonna be a problem? I think we'll get away with it, you know. Yeah, I think we're gonna get away with it. I'm gonna maybe just drop the cube volumes down, so they're not so strong. Yeah, a little bit's fine. Or should I get rid of it? It's a really different vibe. It does take a long time to render with the cube. I think maybe I don't want this really shiny. Which cube is still active? This one. Yeah, this is cute, this is cute. This will be fine. Some plants. Actually, I'm also going to add a bit of depth of field. Do I use Daz to Blender all the time, or is there other software that I'm using? I do a lot of sculpting in VR, often for, like, on top of characters, but pretty much most of my workflow revolves with having a character in Daz first and then getting them into Blender. I use like a substance to repaint the textures a lot. Like this texture was partly a little bit from Daz, and then I painted a lot over the top to get some extra textures and things. But yeah, I'm using Daz and Blender the most, and Blender like particularly really the most. Okay, now we're going to another add-on. This one is called Botanique. I'm not sure the best way to pronounce it, but it's like a scattering plant add-on. It's incredible. I love it. I'm just, yeah, here we go. So I can scatter. Oh, forest floor. They just updated it, and they've got like mushrooms and things now that I haven't really looked at the updates properly. They've got like frosted. I mean, you don't have to use all of the ones that they give you, but I'm gonna. Flower fields. Wow, this is amazing. Let's do this one. Okay, so it's crazy too big, and that's fine. Did I add it twice, or did it add oh, okay, no, they're in separate ones. Just gonna add the scale, it's gonna be 0.1. Maybe it doesn't go that big. And then I'm gonna just weight paint just the areas that I can see, so we're not wasting computing power. Just these bits here. Yeah, that'll do. Now why it doesn't use the weight paint? I haven't used this add-on for a little while, so I've kind of sometime. It's changed. They really changed it. It used to be like am I blind? Like you would just hit weight paint on here. Actually, I don't know. You said that you came too late and missed the motion capture part. Do I upload the video to rewatch? Yes, this will be available afterwards, so no worries if you missed anything. It's all good. Oh, I'm tripping. All right, density is here, and then this one also. Density was, where's the density option? Also here. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's some flowers in it. Probably need lots more. It's maybe even still a bit big. Particles per, let's make this 20. Recalculate density. Maybe it's just easier to add them here actually instead of the density. This is doing the grass, and then this one is the actual flowers. Do I want more flowers, more grass? Need more flowers, more grass. Let's up the scale a little bit. Yeah, I mean it's no, that's the wrong one. This is also kind of a vibe though. Let's put this 0.5. for the grassy bits. Oh yeah, and then we've got some coverage. That's better, I think. And hopefully I can... Oh, let's get some music going again. See, they're not editable. And there was a workaround for this. I don't quite remember the workaround for making them editable after being scattered. So maybe what I'm going to do instead is just change this flower. Get rid of this one, get rid of this one. We don't like you, bye. Instead of having these ones around, I'm gonna add, yeah, this beautiful. Maybe just the grasses is quite nice. Some kind of like grey, dead looking. And let's make the scale bigger. Not that big. Let's add these. Yeah, it's getting there, it's getting there. I think I might even drop the amount of grass. Or we change it to like some dead. Because I like the dry ones. And let's up the numbers of the dry ones. And just get rid pretty much of all the green. Kind of straw. Just get rid of the green. Get rid of the green. Kind of barren landscape. This is like the moors that I grew up in. Even like I would allow these bushes to be there. And then I think that's just too much now. What is this red? Oh, it's the fingers of the hand. Ah, yes, I forgot. I don't like those big leafy things actually that I put in. I'm gonna get rid of them. There's this. I think it doesn't fit. And I'm missing somehow how the ground. I miss like the ground was a bit shiny before. I think there's enough of those. Let's make this 2000 as well. Yeah? I think that's basically it. I just want to add a bit of depth of field. I think it's sometimes the best way to control the depth of field is to just add a empty and then position, and then just position the empty like on the eyes or something. You can, if you want to be super complicated, you can then like track the empty to the face, like to a certain point on the face, but it's gonna be right, fine. And then we just make the focal point empty, and then if we bring the f-stop down, okay, this is just an exaggeration, doesn't need to be that. I really love when it's kind of the AI is really struggling with denoising. I just want the background to be blurred. That's the thing. And then the background to me is still something off. Do I want it darker? And kind of just fading into nothing. Yeah, maybe. And actually, the ground material, I want it to be shiny again. Was this really the material of the landscape? Oh, I guess. There was like a mud roughness. Maybe I changed it. Maybe it's not the right ground after I quit. It should be this one, procedural moist mud. There we go. I knew there was something off. There we go. Now the scale. Yeah, what was happening here? How strange. I'm gonna close down. Ah, no, not opening these windows. I see, I'm still so so bad with it. It's shiny, 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 shiny. It's a bit slow now, yeah. I think that's like pretty much basically there. I'm gonna do some test renders. Let's just get it ready to render. I always, with the render, don't want denoising on, noise threshold off. Let's give it like maybe 300 samples, because I'm only going to render it out at this size. I never came back to that wet t-shirt, and now I'm kind of wondering whether to just get rid of it altogether. Is it better without? I think it's better without, after all of that effort, because it kind of just distracts. Just check the frames, check everything's in focus. Yes, super nice. It's a really soft focus, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, so I'm going to run one of these test frames. Let's see. Hopefully it's fast. Because with the volumes, it always looks a bit different when it's rendered. And sometimes it can be really disappointing, but fingers crossed. Yeah, we're looking good. if you've made it this far, you know, we're just on like 3 minutes to go until it's been 2 hours. So I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming and supporting. And I realized I haven't streamed in, it was 8 months when I looked. The last stream was 8 months ago. But I just like had no energy at all for doing this. But I'm hoping that I took a bit of a break from work in general as well for the last like 2 months. I wasn't taking on any big projects because I had a few projects before that were killing me, but they're finished now. Everything's finished and like published, and that's all good. So yeah, hopefully maybe there'll be some more streams in the future. I think that I'm gonna wrap up. It's looking really decent with 300 samples. Like the noise is, I think the noise is gonna be fine if we just leave it at this much. Yeah. I mean, thank you. Oh, thank you, Steffi, for subscribing with Prime. I don't know what that means, but it just popped up, so I think it's a good thing. Steffi also does really amazing streams, but they use cinema, so I don't know how if we can ever do one together, but that would be really cute. Yeah, I can see here that we've got, it's a bit transparent with the volume, but that's fine because whenever I plug this into Premiere, it's just gonna put black behind it. That's not nothing of concern. Okay, this frame is good, and I'm literally just gonna check one of the first ones and see that that's okay, and then yeah. Oh, you're streaming in 5 minutes. Okay, I won't finish, and then we'll raid. I learned what raiding was in the last stream I did 8 months ago or so. Discovered that was a thing. So we'll go and we'll raid you after. I really can't escape from doing purple and blue works recently. If I look back at everything, where's my final files? Final. Like everything has been, there's a lot of green, there's a lot of blue and a lot of purples and pinks, and then not really any other colors. I don't know, I try out some other colors and I just don't like them. It's funny. Yeah, this grass, to be honest, it looks a little bit whack, but I'm not mad, actually. I'm not totally mad. So I think I'm just gonna, keep it. Need to work out how we raid. How do we raid? I did it before. How to raid on Twitch. Shh, don't tell anyone. Oh, okay. I worked it out. Let's go, let's go. All right, I'll see you on the flip side, everyone. This has been super fun. I will post the results on Instagram later when it gets rendered. I'm gonna hit render now. Yeah, it's been real fun. Let's go see what Steffi's up to.